Here's one of the latest interviews from Rock and Metal Revival. If you want to hear the whole show, go to rmrshow.com. From the Red Dragon Cartel CD, there is Shout It Out on Rock and Metal Revival. And, Jerry, you and I got a chance to see Jakey Lee, it was over a year ago? Oh, had to be.
Yeah, it was
First,
about a year ago.
First trip through the U.S., and he's coming back, going to be in Milwaukee on June 5th, and I'm really excited to see him this time.
I was impressed, man. He's got his chops back, too, man. He's not no slouch anymore.
Exactly.
He just, once he got warmed up, man, he was just tearing it up.
He was tearing it up.
Cool.
And it's good to have our friend Anthony-Esposito now in Red Dragon Cartel. We've got him on the phone with us. Welcome to the show, Anthony.
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad. Long time no talk, brother. What's going on besides this big news that you joined Red Dragon Cartel?
Well, that actually happened probably less than a week ago. I haven't been doing much. I've been doing a whole lot of nothing. Been working in the studio a lot. At my studio, I've been producing bands and stuff, and then I left my old band, Pisser. I'm no longer affiliated with them, and I got a call from Jake a few days ago, so now I'm learning Ozzy and Badlands and Red Dragon Cartel songs.
So are you going to sing on any of those tunes on this tour?
Thank God, no. maybe background's really low in the background.
Nice. So you got the tunes all figured out now?
No.
It's good.
I have I think 10 more days before we start rehearsals in Miami. We're only going to rehearse once or twice, and then we have the first show. So I got to get working, and I'm in the middle of mixing a new band I'm working with right now. This band's called End of Silence, and I'm in the middle of mixing 5 songs for them and learning 15 songs for Jake. So it's kind of like either I got my ears in the studio monitors trying to mix, or I got my ears in the headphones trying to listen to what Greg and Bob Daisley plays.
Oh yeah, yeah. No easy task, Bob. I love the way Bob plays.
Oh, Bob's one of my favorite bass players of all time. He's so good.
Well, Anthony, now how did now you got a new lead singer also in Red Dragon Cartel? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I honestly have no idea. Never met the guy, never heard him play. I'm sure he's in the same boat as I am right now, where he's learning lyrics and how he's trying to probably figure out the $25,000 question on how in the world do you follow Ray Gillen?
Yeah, really.
That's one of the things that when Jerry and I went and saw Jake in his first actual tour through the States, I kept saying, how the hell are they going to do Badlands tunes?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, musically I could see it, but how the hell do you sing like Ray Gillen?
I don't know. I just think he was one of a kind, you know?
Yeah.
So you're not taking that part, huh? You sure that's not? That's a rumor we heard.
Yeah.
That you were going to be singing too.
I wish I could sing High Wire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, we won't put it on Blabbermouth that you're going to be doing the Ray Gillen part. So
yeah, please don't. I might be singing it in my shower, but that's about it.
So now, Anthony, how did your relationship with Jake? How long have you known him? Has that been a long time friendship that you met years ago?
Well, I was initially friends with Ray. We both came from New York, and I remember always bumping into him at Limelight or Cat Club, and he'd always have the biggest smile and the biggest hug for me, and he'd be come across the room, yo, Ant-Man, it was a big hello, and I love Ray. Ray had the greatest smile. He's just the warmest soul. And then one time, I had joined Lynch Mob, and I was living in Phoenix, and Ray called me up, and he's like, hey, we're playing Phoenix today. I'm not doing sound check right now. Why don't you come down? So I went down to sound check, and that's when Ray introduced me to Jake and Greg and all the guys. And I think Eric was in the band. Eric Singer was the drummer at the time. And then Ray and I went and got tattoos, and the tattooist became one of my closest friends. I had never met him, but it was JJ, who later played bass with Fight, and he was also Rob's tattoo artist. So Ray brought me. Ray wanted to get a tattoo, so we went to the tattoo parlor after sound check, and I met JJ. And JJ, to this day, he and I are still great friends. We talk all the time. And then I did a Grand Prix race. They used to have these things for MTV called Rock and Jock. And we used to do the Grand Prix racing. George, Mick, and I were part of this race team for MTV. And we would race with the Motley guys and the Poison guys and, you know, all those guys. And Jake and Greg did one of the races that we were involved in. And Jake and I hit it off then. We hung out the whole time. Like I got along great with him. So that was probably 1990, 91. You know, so I know him a pretty long time.
Okay, well, cool. I guess my next question is, who's the next great guitarist that Anthony Esposito is going to work with?
You play guitar. I'm ready for you.
No, Jerry does.
I do.
Yeah.
Huh?
There you go. I'm in. All
right, cool. Let's get to work. Yeah, we'll start planning our tour.
I don't know. I'm on a run. I mean, I don't understand. Like, believe me, I know how fortunate I am and how lucky I am and how blessed I am to be playing with guys like George and Ace and now Jake. I mean,
yeah.
It just keeps getting better and better and better and better every time I get to play with a new guitar player. But yeah, I'm very happy with my career so far, and I've been attracting these great guitar players to play with. I'm very fortunate. This one was kind of my son's doing. My son Tyler helped work on the new Red Dragon Cartel record while he was out in Vegas, and he actually helped Jake track all the guitars. Like he did a lot of that. He was around for a lot of that. So him and Jake became really great friends, and Jake texted Tyler, my son, who was sitting next to me at the time, and Tyler's like, I just got a text from Jake. He's like, he wants to know if you're interested in playing with him. I'm like, yes, of course. And then the next day, Jake gave me a text, to me. He's like, you want to do this? I'm like, yeah, totally. I'd love to. And that was that. Then he sent me the songs and the dates, and that was it.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, I guess my question, I want to go back a few years, Anthony, about 25, when you released...
Just a couple
When
years.
you released Wicked Sensation, did you know that to this day that most people that I know that bought that album still play it and still play it pretty regularly? Yeah. Is that not the coolest thing?
I mean, that's one of the proudest achievements of my life was to be part of that record. And I mean, I was 21 years old when I played bass on that record, and I had no idea what. I was just like, kind of like when a kid walks through the turnstiles at Disneyland for the first time, and you're just hit with that awe. Like, I remember joining Lynch Mob and I was 21 years old. I hadn't a clue. Greener than, center field in Yankee Stadium on opening day. And here I get to be involved with Max Norman and Neil Kernan and George and Merrick and Oni and to create this a record that I'm still proud of. Very proud of it. It's the 25th anniversary of it. And to celebrate, we're doing nothing.
I was going to say.
Yeah, how do we get a reunion tour?
That's perfect.
Well, I put it together. I already asked. I asked Nick, I asked Tony, I asked Max, and I was like, wouldn't it be a great idea if we got the original lineup with Max Norman producing again, and we went in and we did a second record with Oni singing, and sort of like took us 25 years to do the follow-up of the original lineup of Wicked, and then we go tour, and we do Everywhere once, and we just play once with the original lineup, and we do everything off Wicked and some songs off the new CD, that would be the anniversary CD, and that's it, and then call it a day. And George was the only one who said no. Everybody else was like, sure, let's do it. I'll sign up.
Well, wow. George is in like 20 different bands. How could he do? He can't do it.
I guess he thinks it's more important to go make a record with Michael Sweet or the singer from Fishbone, or then give the fans what they want, which is the original lineup and a new record with the original lineup. I mean, we had Max Norman. Max Norman, like, I speak to him too, and he was like so excited to do it. And he was pissed that we didn't ask him to do the second album way back. He's like, I don't understand. Wicked came out really great.
He's a guy.
To do it with somebody else.
He's the guy who produced Ozzy's first albums.
Max did a lot of records. Max did the first. He did the first 3 Ozzy albums. He did all the ones with Randy.
Yeah.
I think he did Bark at the Moon.
Yeah.
And then he also did a lot of Megadeth records. He also did the record that George and I heard that made us want him to do us was Dirty Looks. He did Cool from the Wire, and It's Not the Way You Rock, It's the Way You Roll, like all that record he did, which is awesome sounding, great record, Dirty Looks.
Well, very cool. I mean, that is, that is, I mean, I just don't understand. I mean, I think the original Lynch Mob out on tour would be quite the draw. I really do.
Yeah.
Well, you got to ask George why we're not doing it.
You know what? The next time he's on this show, Anthony, I'm going to ask him that.
Yeah.
He's the only one that said no.
Okay.
So, I mean, everybody else wanted to do it, and now they're going out. They're touring this year, but it's only him and Oni, and I don't even know who the other 2 guys are. And they just released a record, ironically, called Sun Red Sun, which is a Badman song.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. That's true. Well, when does this tour start off with you and Red Dragon Cartel? When do you hit the road?
The first date is April 16th in Miami, and then we're out. We're doing a couple shows in Canada. We're doing a bunch of shows in the States. And then we're supposed to go to Japan, and then we're supposed to do a really cool dual headline bill, but I don't know if it's confirmed yet, but like for like 5 or 6 weeks in Europe in the winter, we're supposed to go out with a really cool band, but I don't know if it's confirmed, so I really can't say, but it should be great. I mean, it should be a lot of fun.
I thought it was cool the other day when I found out about it, and I said, hey, I see you're playing Milwaukee, Anthony. Where are you playing? You're like, I don't know.
Couldn't I'm too busy trying to figure out the
I'm trying to get tickets.
All I know is I got to get on a plane April 13th, head to Florida, and then we're going to rehearse 2 days, and then the first gig, and then I'm on a bus. So I don't know what's going on.
All right, well, we're gonna get out and see you. We promise you that I'm gonna get a bunch of people and come into Milwaukee and see you play.
Hopefully, I know the songs by then.
yeah, because we aren't above heckling you, buddy. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I'll be playing Strange Ways still.
Nice. So while you're listening to these new songs from Red Dragon, can you have you noticed that there's like a blatant lack of cowbell?
Yeah, there's no cowbell.
You should talk to Jake about that. See about just fucking adding some cowbell to some stuff.
Especially when you get to Wisconsin, Anthony. You know how we love cheese and cows, and
you gotta have cowbell. You gotta have it.
Especially for the Wisconsin show.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just add cowbell to everything in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You go over like
huge. It'd be almost like putting it all
like
to polka.
butter, yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm not listening past the bass parts right now.
Well, all right, buddy. We're going to let you get back to getting ready to head out on the road for Red Dragon, but we are really happy that you're going to get back out on the road and people are going to get to see you again, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I miss it. I mean, I love to play live. I love the whole thing about it, like the whole live, being on the bus with the guys, and bullshitting, and then going and doing sound checks and meeting people and making friends that last a lifetime. I mean, I've met so many people, like Greg, I met you guys on tour.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, you just meet the greatest people, and like, without touring, the odds of my path crossing paths with 99% of the people that I meet on tour is very slim, and it gives you a great opportunity to play. And that, I mean, with Jake, I mean, I get to play great songs.
Yeah.
And meet new people, and I'm lucky. I'm a lucky guy. It's a great job to have. I'm glad I wasn't home for long.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to play another track off Red Dragon Cartel. This is called Wasted, and Anthony, you are always welcome to come on Rock and Metal Revival.
Wasted's cool. That's Paul Diano singing from Iron Maiden.
To catch the whole show of Rock and Metal Revival, all you have to do is check it out on these affiliates. Mega Rock Radio's on Saturdays from 11 a.m. Eastern Time, on Rock 101 KLOL on Saturdays 11 p.m. Eastern, on Z-Rock 106.9 KKZR, Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and on Uncontrolled Noise, Tuesdays at 1 a.m., Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern on uncontrollednoise.com. And make sure that you leave them a message and tell them that you found Rock and Metal Revival on their stations. Enjoy this edition of Rock and Metal Revival.